What's up, everybody? It is Mike here, the FPV Evil Monkey guys, coming to you live tonight from Longmont, Colorado, where I'm at, and hopefully my special guest, Bobby Harmon from Quad Mods, will be here shortly. I'm waiting on him to join the chat. I sent him a message, so hopefully he will be on here soon with us, and we'll be able to chat. So in the meantime, while we're waiting for that person to show up, we'll go ahead and go here. So I'll open up the chat and see if you guys have any questions or whatnots for me. Just keep in mind that the chat is a little bit behind, so if you post a question, I may not see it right away. But I do have my chat window open over here. So I got a new headset because I got tired of using the microphone on the camera over there. So I hope you guys can hear me okay. I'm going to check and see if there's anybody watching us. So if you guys are online, if you're watching, if you're hanging out, put something in the chat. We'll give Bobby a few minutes. I don't know if he's having some technical difficulties or maybe something came up. I'm not sure last second. So if for some reason he doesn't decide to come on, if you guys want to come on and chat, you're more than welcome to. So yeah, so we're just going to kind of sit here and relax for a few and we're just going to wait. Hey, what's up, McFlight? How's it going? Dwayne Covey, how's it going, guys? What's up? So hope everybody's doing good. We're just waiting on Bobby. I sent him a message on Facebook with the link to connect to me, and I'm not sure what's going on. So we'll wait till about 6:05. McFlight, would you like to join me? Are you able to join me? And do you want to hop online, or Empty FPV? Do you guys want to hop online and come chat and be in the chat with me and hang out? If you want to, put something in the chat for me and I'll send you a, yeah, Dwayne, it's snowing here too. It is, let's see, I think we've gotten about 2 inches or so. All right, McFlight, I'll send you the link, so hold on. Give me just 1 sec. All right. So, Tony, I just sent you the link to the Google Hangouts, so you're more than welcome to join on me. And hopefully Bobby will show up. I'm not sure if he had some technical difficulties. I had a whole bunch of questions written down that I wanted to ask him. So I was really hoping that that would work out, but I don't know. We'll see. So, but hopefully McFlight will join us here in just a few, and we can do some shop talk and all that good stuff. So hope everybody's doing okay. So while we're waiting for McFlight to join us, let's see. I got out yesterday at work on lunchtime, which was pretty cool. So before this horrible weather started, let me look at my phone, and right now it is 13 degrees in Colorado, and that's just the cold. That is not the actual wind chill. It's probably a lot colder, honestly. So, but we got out and we did some shopping earlier, so that was good. So, but yeah, definitely got a flight out yesterday. And then earlier in the week, I got another flight. So I tried to do as much as I could this week because I knew that the weekends, weather was going to be absolutely horrible, and I knew I wasn't going to get any packs in. So, but I did definitely get some flight footage for you guys. So look forward to that next week. I think you're going to enjoy it. It's going to be really cool. So just waiting for McFlight here. So hopefully he will hop on with us, and we'll take a look with him. I apologize, everybody, that was coming on to watch Bobby. I'm not sure what happened. I sent him the message earlier with the link for the live chat, and I'm not sure what happened. So I don't know if his computer had a technical issue or what. I'm not sure. So I don't want to say skipped out, because you never know what can happen with computers, right? So, but hopefully he'll show up. We'll see. So I don't know. I'll see if he's responded to me on Facebook. So let's see. It just shows he was active before, but he's not currently active right now. So let's see what else is going on with my life. Let's see. I was playing some DRL earlier. It looks like they finally. Oh, can you race a 1S 75 millimeter in the race, Cheyenne? Do you know? Oh, so empty. I don't know if they'll allow a 75 millimeter. I know they only do brushed up there, but you can check with the guys in the group. I'm sure they wouldn't mind a 75 millimeter. I think, I can't remember if somebody flew one last week when we were up there or not. I can't remember, but definitely check with them. As long as it's brushed, I believe it should be okay. That should be just fine. That you shouldn't have a problem there. So, but and I also took out my brushless tiny whoop out in the yard earlier this week too. I ran probably like 6 or 7 packs through it, so that was actually pretty cool. That was really, really, really fun. So let me check on Tony, see how he's doing here. He's probably just got to get his computer all set and get going and all that good stuff. So we'll wait on him. In the meantime, yeah, keep the questions coming. All set and hey, good stuff. So we'll wait on. There we go. Oh, I think he's online. You there, Tony? Yeah, definitely empty. Just ask those guys. I'm sure they probably won't mind a 75 millimeter as long as it's brushed and not brushless. There he is.
Yo,
what's up?
Can you hear me all right?
I can hear you perfect. Can you hear me? Okay.
I can hear you, buddy. How's it going?
Awesome, dude. How you doing?
I'm doing good.
Good,
so
good.
What's going on with this live stream, buddy? What's the plan for this live stream?
I have no idea. I sent Bobby a message earlier, and he was supposed to hop on, so I don't know if his computer maybe crashed or what the heck happened. I don't know. So,
well, he responded though, and he said that he might be able to get on.
I don't know. He didn't say anything to me. I messaged him last night. I was like, hey, what are you doing tomorrow night? And he's like, nothing really. I'm like, okay, you want to do a live stream at like 6 o'clock? We'll have some fun. He's like, sure. So I was like, okay. I'm like around, 5 or so. I'll send you the link, and then, we'll hop on. But I don't know what happened. So, yeah.
For sure, yeah. I mean, he might have just spaced out, and hopefully he sees his messages and signs on.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, well, let's do an interview then with McFlight. So, for all you guys that are watching and don't know who the famous Mr. Tony McFlight is, so McFlight is one of my local guys. He is from the Quad Xplosion crew down in Denver. He's not looking. Tony, look. There we go.
No, I see it. I see it. Good stuff, dude. I see it.
Right. So we usually, when I go down to Denver, I like to go fly with Tony, Stan, Tony. So this is Tony McFlight, and then there's another Tony who's Starkey FPV. So there's Tony.
Yeah. There's 2 Tonys in Quad Xplosion. If you're hanging out with all of us, I'm Tony number 1. He's Tony number 2. So that works out pretty good.
Right. Exactly.
No, I'm just kidding. But no, he's I call him Starkey, of course. I call him Starkey when we're chilling.
Yeah,
or
exactly.
I'll say Tone or something. But yeah, no, it's weird. It's weird when there's another homie with your same name.
Right, exactly. And usually when we're all
Sometimes,
flying together, we usually just use our pilot names anyway. So nobody really calls me Mike. They just call me Monkey. So,
for sure, right?
right, exactly. So
Yeah.
I bought
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
a big
Ooh,
jar
what are those?
Jelly Bellies.
Bum.
I saw them at
A
Walmart
big
and I was
bum.
like, dude, I want these. So I just bought them and I've been like
Yeah,
munching
hell
on
yeah.
them.
That was they were probably cheap too.
Yeah, it was only like
So
$7 for that big old freaking bottle. So not too bad.
right?
Yeah.
Good stuff.
And they're addictive, damn it.
Absolutely. So
All right.
you said you were doing some flying before it started snowing?
Well, not today. I flew yesterday at work, so I took my quad with me and my batteries. And on lunchtime, I ran over to. There's a little park. It's probably about 5 minutes from my work. There's not much there, but there's like a little roller rink thing, and there's a couple of pine trees, but there's a couple of gaps under it. So I actually took those, and then there's like a big red barn thing and some other. It's a small park, but it's kind of fun.
That's cool. Absolutely.
Yep.
What time was it at? Was it like during when the sun was out or?
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah. I usually go to lunch around like 1:30. So I was out. I think it was 1:30 to 2 o'clock yesterday afternoon. So it worked out perfect.
That's bomb.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been trying to get out and fly and stuff, but it's just, I mean, you gotta either find a place indoor or you gotta. I mean, for me, like,
Yeah.
you gotta find a place where you can fly, but fly from the car and it's still kind of line of sight.
Yeah. Exactly.
Which is hard
Exactly.
sometimes, right?
I know. Well, the weather
Were you,
here just sucks. So yeah.
yeah. Were you flying? Were you standing outside when you were flying, or were you flying uh, from like inside a house or something?
Oh, yesterday? No, I was
Mm,
flying out by like the little bench. It wasn't even snowing or anything. It was like a little bit windy, but it wasn't too bad. So
right. Yeah, that's
yeah.
the worst when it starts getting windy, and then I mean, like just even a little bit of wind is just like a bummer.
Yeah, it sucks big time.
Yeah,
So, all right.
yeah, it's
Well,
insane.
since Bobby hasn't showed up, I'm going to interview you then. So I got my questions. So I'll just have to modify them a little bit. All right.
Let's do it.
So McFlight. So this is actually going to be like my first like interview. Which kind of sucks because I really wanted to interview Bobby, but that's okay.
Yeah, dude. No, no, it's all right, dude. Like I'm not as good as Bobby, but
No, it's okay,
um,
dude. You're awesome. I love
we
you.
might have some fun. We'll
You're one of
see.
my homies, right? Okay, so let's start off with question number one. So, how long have you been in FPV? How long have you been flying?
I've been flying for just over 2 years, like 2 years and 2 months. I started 2 years ago in December. What was it? 2016? No, 17, 18. Yeah, yeah, December 2016. And I got like a Phantom and stuff, of course. I got my Phantom. And, first I started with all those, the Simas. I think,
Mhm.
the Simas probably. And then I tried to, yeah. And then I tried to put a GoPro on, like, there's like a Phantom size Sima.
Yes.
And like, it was like the OG one, though, like the first one.
Right.
And it wouldn't carry a GoPro, but then the Sessions came out kind of, or maybe they're already out. And then I just bought one. And the Sessions were a lot smaller and they were lighter. So it can carry the Session for like a little bit, but it was like Jello and a bunch of different stuff. So then I whatever, I messed with that for a little bit. And then I just bought a Phantom, and I got a Phantom 2 with no gimbal. I got a Phantom 2 with like a Zen Muse, like weird gimbal, and that was kind of different with the GoPro, but whatever. And then I did Phantom stuff. I got a 3 Pro and stuff like back in the day, like 2 years ago. I took like B-roll shots and like time-lapse shots and stuff, and then I got the Phantom shot cruising up the mountain and stuff. I thought that was I mean, I still think it's cool, but like I didn't see the race, the race drones or anything like that. So yeah, I was chilling like that. I was like watching like Casey Neistat or whatever, trying to trying to do the Phantom stuff. So that was cool. And actually, I did FPV when I had my Phantom.
Oh, I think think you cut out. You still there? You froze on me. Oh, there he is.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Sorry about that.
Oh, no worries. That's all good.
Anyways, yeah. So when I had my Phantom 2, I got a VTX and I hooked it up to like the GoPro. There was a little converter. The GoPro was on a gimbal on the Phantom 2 with the VTX hooked up to it, like blasting. I was like blasting like 800, and I was like, okay, well, the higher the number, the longer it can go, whatever. And I didn't realize it gets hot and all that stuff. And I learned all that stuff when I was doing with my Phantom FP.
Right. Definitely, for sure. I think everybody starts with a SEMA and then kind of moves up to like a Phantom. I think you froze up on us again. So we'll wait for Tony to come back here. All right, I'm going to boot off this other one here. There we go. All right. So while we're waiting for Tony to come back, so yeah, I think everybody starts off with probably like the SEMA. I know I started with the SEMA X5C, the small guy, and then I moved up to well, it was actually called the ProMark VR drone, and then, but it's a clone of the SEMA X8. I didn't know that at the time until I started doing like more studies and stuff like that, and then. Let's see. So I started FPV. Let's see. My very first race drone. I'm trying to think back. Oh, somebody's pinging me. Hold on, guys. Oh, okay. Tony said he's trying to figure out what's going on. So no worries. I'll just keep talking. You guys know I like to talk. So, oh, yeah. Okay. So he's coming back. So yeah. So. I started off as usual with the Phantom, and then moved up to race drones, and then yeah, I just kind of went from there. I actually got into racing drones. I was watching Stu from UAV Futures, and I seen the $99 build, and I was like, I was like, I wanted to get into FPV, and this might be like an inexpensive option for me. And so I bought like some big old like Fury B, that's GearBest's brand or whatever, and then I bought like big old box goggles, and then so I started off with that, and then I built my very first race drone, and I took it to the very first race, November of 20. Are you back, Tony?
I'm back. Yeah, dude, my computer just crashed.
Oh, I hate that when that happens.
Yeah, dude, it's been acting stupid.
Yeah,
it's like a brand new like $1,000 computer, and it's like
it's crashing.
Like I don't know about computers, and like right. I got this for Christmas, this and that, and it's an awesome computer, but like it's like crashing, and I don't know how to fix it, and it's like I need to call it Stanicus or something.
Well, I'm in IT. I do application support, so
All right, cruise over, and we'll do some whooping, and
absolutely
we'll fix the computer.
I'll at least take a look at it. So,
no, absolutely no.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure it's just some stupid like some update or something like that I can't find.
You never know. Are you on Windows 10 or Windows 7?
Yeah, it's Windows 10,
okay.
And yeah.
All right. It could be a program or something, so we'll take a look at it and figure it out for you. So
awesome. Thank you.
Too bad. Yeah, no problem. So you were saying that you had the DJI, and then you put the GoPro session on it, and then you had the VTX, and then you had it like 800 milliwatts, and you started learning, and then you kind of stopped from there. So go ahead and continue on from there.
Yeah. So then about that time, I seen Steele dive this building. Like it was the video where he dives the building, and then he like flies back into the car. Like he lands in the back of the car, and they're all driving around just degaffing. And I was like, oh, that was crazy, right? Like this drone diving down the building. Like the first, like 5 minutes, I was like, how is he doing that with the Phantom? And then I realized, what was really going on. And then I just went down the rabbit hole with that. And then I bought a Wizard, and a couple. I bought the Wizard, and then I bought another like like real ACC 210 like RTF or something like that, and that was cool. And of course, you just buy more stuff. Like I used to do like other stuff. Like I used to like ride my motorcycle around and like build dirt bikes and bunch of stuff, like work on cars and like flip cars and stuff. And now I don't do any of that, and I just buy drone stuff all day.
I know, right? It's like a drug. It's like literally like it's a drug. Like I warn people, I'm like, if you're getting into FPV, just be warned, you are going to have a new addiction. It's not going to be, like crack or heroin, but it's a pretty strong addiction.
Yeah, I've seen this picture like today or yesterday, and it was just like it was of this guy. I don't know, you might have saw it online. It was of this dude driving on the road. It was a cartoon of him driving away from a bunch of cops. And like underneath the dude, it was like FPV addiction. And all the cops were like mortgage and like insurance payments and, like car payments and all this stuff that's like preventing you from, but you're like not paying attention to all that stuff and you're just cruising down the road.
I hear that. God, I'm just like, my wife's like, well, you got paid, so what did you order this time? I'm like, nothing. She's like, bull. She goes, I know you ordered something. I was like, all right, I ordered a couple more batteries. She's like, you already have batteries. I was like, I know, but those are going to be my practice batteries. So,
absolutely.
Yeah. So, okay. So we know where you got your start. So previous RC experience, did you do anything before drones, like cars, planes, gliders, anything like that?
Yeah, when let's see. I don't know, I was still in like high school or whatever, so probably like 16 or something, 17, 15. I used to do electric like RC car racing and stuff. It wasn't on the street, like street tracks. It was all dirt and like jumps and stuff like that. And it was cool, like you get your car, you get your radio, all that stuff, whatever. And then they had the crystals or the colors or whatever it was for your channels, for your transmit, for your radio, so people won't mess each other up. And that was fun. You go to the track, you go to the race, and it's just like the tiny whoop races kind of like right now, but you go to the race and you might break a plastic arm or whatever, and you can go right up to the shop that they have right there at the track and you buy a new arm or whatever. And you just got paid and you go and you get another RTR or RTR or whatever it is, and you just it's kind of like the same deal. But yeah, that was fun. I wish the like 3D printing and like the FPV was like more of a thing back then, because like if I could have paid like $15 to get a little Whoop camera and put it on my car, that would have been insane. That would have like, I don't know. I'm pretty sure everyone would have been doing that instead of just doing it line of sight. And I don't know, maybe they're doing that right now. I don't know what they're up to right now. I haven't checked in on that situation.
Yeah, me neither. I used to race the buggies. I used to have a team associated buggy, but that was way back in like the 1990s when I was like young. So yeah. I'm not going to say how old I am. I'm just going to say yeah. So there we go.
Yeah, no, the associated buggies are awesome. I had a buggy and then a truck, and then like it was weird. Like remembering back, I used to I used to get like the tiny ones, like the 1/18 scale or whatever. Like I think there was like a Losi Mini T, and like whatever that size. And then I'd get like the Castle Creations brushless system, and like brushless back then was like, oh my god, like you got this brushless ESC, you got this brushless, motor, and it was like amazingly fast and this and that. So I put like this really like $200 motor setup, like brushless motor, into this little car, and you would just full send off the jump, and it would do like 20 backflips, and then they'd just land, and everything would be fine. And I don't know, it's kind of like the tiny whoops, like nowadays, like you just do a bunch of crazy stuff to them, and like test with them and I don't know, just mess around with them. And I'm kind of into the same thing now.
Right, right, definitely, yeah, they're fun. I remember I forget the kind of motor I used to run. I think it was think it was called a green machine. It was some kind of like brushed motor. I can't remember exactly, but like I remember after each race, like we would go to the pit area, and then I had like a little fan, and I had the fan to like cool the motor, and I'd pull the motor, and then I'd take the brushes out, and then like clean the brushes, and then have like these little like drops that you put in. You put the brushes back in and get it ready for the next race. So
Yeah.
yeah, that was
Hell
back in
yeah.
the day too when you had like the old style batteries. Did you have those? They were like they almost look like those vape batteries. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, yeah, they're like half the size of 18650s.
Yes, 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 exactly. And then you had to solder them up yourself. Like you solder them up in like a series of like six. And
Yeah.
yeah, I remember I had like a special like charger, like nothing like today, but it was like an old like turnstile, it was and it like it would discharge. And you those batteries you actually had to discharge completely, not like nowadays where you just leave them at like storage, and then you would and then actually after a while the batteries would actually get a memory in them, and you'd have to like dump the battery and get new ones. So yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, yeah, I remember building those packs. I forget what they're called, but yeah, they had the little bridger kind of thing. It's like a thicker piece of metal, and you
Hmm.
solder it up, and yeah. So yeah, actually, that's where I learned how to solder when I was younger, like that. You know, doing fixing little RC cars and stuff. So
Yep.
that was, you know, I pretty much knew how to solder when it came to down to the drones. So that was pretty cool.
Right. Right. Definitely. So all right, cool. So let's see, what else do we got here? Let's see. So we know hobbies. Let's see. I know you don't paint quads, so we won't go there. Um, so are you actually originally from Colorado, or where are you originally from?
I'm from California. I'm from Orange County, so kind of down the street from Tommy.
Oh, okay, nice. All right, cool. Okay. So
Yeah.
what part of Orange County were you from?
I'm from Huntington Beach.
Ah, nice. Okay. All right. So when I was younger, I grew up in Fullerton, which is not too far from there.
Yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely.
yeah, yeah. So I went to Huntington Beach quite a bit. So yeah,
Yeah, yeah, it's fun stuff, dude. Like, I mean, I don't know. Like, Colorado's awesome. I don't know. If I had a bunch of money, I still wouldn't know where I would live. Like, I moved out here because it was cheaper, this and that. But you know, I don't know. It's awesome out there. It for sure is awesome, but it's as well as awesome out here.
yeah, yeah. It's expensive too. Like, oh my God, it's crazy expensive. Like, I don't miss the traffic. I don't miss the earthquakes, and I definitely don't miss like the smog and like just the pollution. I remember like when I lived there, like I have asthma, so but when I lived there, it was really bad. So yeah.
Yeah, it's insane. Like, I mean, I think I-25 has like 4 lanes or something, like maybe 5 lanes at some spots. And like all the streets, all the freeways out there have like 10 lanes and this and that. But it's the thing is that it's still crowded. And
Right.
it's like, it's, I don't know, for me, it's like claustrophobic.
Oh yeah.
Like, I can't drive. And I mean, I could drive, like, I could drive and see the beach, this and that. That's cool.
Right.
But I can't, like, drive down the road to the gas station and see a big open field, right? Like you kind of can out here,
Yeah.
in a lot of spots. Um, but yeah, I mean, it's claustrophobic.
Oh yeah,
People
definitely.
are
I mean,
crazy.
it's fun to go and visit, and then I'm like, okay, yeah, like when we were in like Vegas, like a Sunday night before we were getting ready to leave, I was like, I'm so over this city. I'm like, I just want to go back to Colorado and the clean air and people not bugging me. I'm like, I'm so done with Vegas. I'm like, it was fun. I had a blast, but I was so ready to come home. So
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, same with me when I was in, I mean, New York. Like, it's an awesome place. It's beautiful, this and that. There's a bunch of stuff to do. And it was just like, I mean, we had a bigger kind of hotel, whatever. But I don't know, there's just something about being at my own pad and chilling
right.
that is like comfortable.
Absolutely, absolutely, yeah, yeah, definitely. I hear you there. So cool. All right. So let's see. That was all the questions I had for Bobby. So let's see. Anything you want to know about me? I don't know.
Yeah, bro. How old are you? No, I'm just kidding.
I am actually, believe it or not, I am 43 years old.
Do you know how old Starkey is?
I know he's close to me. I think he's a little bit older than me, right?
Starkey. I mean, okay. My point in saying this is like, okay, you look like you're mid 30s, something like that.
Right.
Tony looks like he could be like 20 something,
Oh yeah.
but he's like 42. I'm pretty sure.
Oh, okay. I knew he was like right around my age. I knew we were really close. So cool.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, because because the homies in QX, right? Like Stan, I don't know, Stan can be like 30, whatever. Sean looks like a dad, right?
Oh yeah.
Sean looks like he's 40 something.
Right. Right.
You look like you're 30 something, like
Thank you.
early 30s, maybe mid 30s, whatever. But Tony blew my mind, dude, because Tony looks like he's a kid, right? Tony looks like he's the same age as me or something.
Right.
I'm 29 and he's like 42. And I'm like, what the hell? That was crazy. But yeah, that was insane.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. Well, I know when I have my like first grandkid, whenever that's going to be, but I'm going to be like the cool grandpa that like flies drones and just, I'm going to be like, I don't care. I'm going to be like cool. I'm going to be down. You know what I mean? So,
Is drones in the future gonna be still be really cool like that, or are they gonna be a lot old school and stuff?
I don't know. You know what? I think drones or quads in general, I think it's going to just keep evolving over time, and the technology is just going to keep getting better and better and better. And so, like, I think in like probably 5 years from now, we're going to be talking about, oh yeah, I remember when, the F4 flight controllers when they first came out, and we had, individual ESCs that we had to solder everything up, and then kids are going to be, like, what? You had to do what in the F4? And be like, oh, dude, you don't even know what a NAS 32 was, So, yeah. So
Yeah, yeah, I
I
can see
think
that.
that's definitely going to happen for sure. I think it's just going to keep evolving. It's got to, because I mean, we're just going to keep up with the technology. What I'd really like to see is I'd like to see DJI get into the racing drones like scene. I think if they came up with some like really good racing drone technology, I think they'd be on top of the market, honestly. Because I mean, their commercial stuff, like the personal stuff, you can go to the store, you can buy a Phantom, and you can
Yeah,
take that out and be pretty much a professional pilot if you want to. I mean,
right.
they just, I don't know if they're going to, or I don't know where this whole thing is going to go. I enjoy it. I love it. I mean, I've been doing, let's see, so I started FPV, let's see, it was back in 2016 when I had my SEMA, and then I did the Phantom like you did, and then after that, I actually was watching Stu from QA or UAV Futures, and I saw the $99 build video, and I was like, huh. I'm like, $99. I'm like, that's not bad. I'm like, for $100, I can get a whole racing drone. I've already got my radio, so I'm like, pretty much I have to build this thing. And yeah, as soon as I like had everything, I built it. My very first, I still have it up on the wall actually, and it just sits there and collects dust. But it's got like an old, what is it? It's got the F3. Is it the SP3 racing board? Does that sound right?
Yeah, the SP Racing F3 Clean
Yes.
Flight.
Yes, yes, that's it. But I converted it over to Betaflight. I don't even know what version of Betaflight. It's probably on like 3 point something. I don't know. So, but
Right.
and that's before I knew anything about like tuning, like nothing. It's got like the Racer Star 20 amp all-in-one ESC. It's got like the Racer Star motors. I mean, it's just like it's a heavy machine. But you know what? It worked. And I mean, you know what? As soon as I like learned how to fly, and I was like, oh my god, I was like, this is a whole new world. I'm like, this is insane, right? So yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome, dude. I remember tuning back then, or attempting to tune, or so it wasn't even like, it was like trying to get your quad to fly.
Right.
And like, unless you had a homie that knew how to do it already,
Oh yeah.
like even YouTube videos were confusing for me. So I would sit there. I sat there for like a good like couple months, like trying to get my shit to fly, or trying to get my stuff to fly,
Right.
decent. Yeah, I mean, like at that point, I would have paid like anybody to come to my house and like not
It's
even
just
like fix up. It's just like, dude, this isn't working right. Fix the tune, or like something's not connected right. How do
right.
I connect this? So
Yep.
like just stuff like that. Like that
Right.
was such a pain in the butt. But I mean, nowadays I got Flight 1, which is awesome, and then even like the beta flight, like you flash your beta flight. You set a couple things, which isn't like setting the switches and stuff
Mhm.
wasn't too hard for me in the beginning. Set up your RX isn't a huge deal. That might be something hard for a newcomer, but
Yeah.
I mean, all the tuning situation is like awesome now. Like I haven't like had to tune anything in like a year.
Right. Yeah.
Um,
Absolutely.
yeah, it's been great.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. I mean, coming from like a DJI, I thought it was like an expert in drones. I was like, oh yeah, I'm like, this is going to be like easy. I'm like, I can fly a DJI like an expert. And then I got a racing drone. I'm like, okay, I suck. So,
Yeah, exactly. Right. How did you get into FPV? Did you see a video like me on YouTube?
so actually, so I won my very first drone. I won the SEMA X5 at work, actually, believe it or not. And so I won it, and I watched I don't know how many freaking hours of YouTube videos, everything on how to fly, tutorials, this and that, blah, 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 everything. And then I got it, and I just started like flying, just like line of sight. And it got stuck across my pasture, across the park, on top of a neighbor's roof, which is hilarious. So I like come back from the pasture. I am beyond pissed, right? So I'm like, if I'm like, oh my God, my wife's like, what? I'm like, my stupid quad, it's up on the roof. She's like, well, where is it? I'm like, across the park. So I was like, come on, let's get the ladder. So we go rolling up to this like lady's house. Like, I have no idea who this lady is, right? We go rolling up, like two like white people rolling up to this lady's house. She was a little Spanish lady, so she didn't speak any English at all. She spoke just plain Spanish, right? So she's looking at me like, I'm like, the immigration or something. I'm like, luckily though, like my wife was there with me, and I had my radio, like the little plastic teepee thing, and so I like showed her. I'm like, my toy helicopter is up on your roof. She's like, oh, okay. I'm like, I have a ladder.
The feds are coming. Is
Right.
that what she?
Exactly. So I'm like, do you mind if I'm like, can I take my ladder and go up on your roof? And she's like, oh yeah, yeah, you go. She goes, you'll be fine. I'm like, okay, thank you. So, we're up there, and I'm like, climbing up the ladder. I'm about halfway up, and her husband walks out of the garage. So he had just come home, right? So this dude's like looking at me like, what the hell are you doing on my roof on a ladder, right?
Yeah.
Thank God my wife was with me, right? Because I think if she wasn't with me, I think the guy probably would have kicked my ass. So
You think to grab the ladder and like fuck you over?
exactly. So I'm like, I'm just getting my toy. I'm like, I live across the park from you over at that house. He's like, oh, okay. He goes, okay. I'm like, I'm really sorry. I'm like, I apologize. I'm like, it got away from me. The wind caught it, and it will never happen again. I promise. And it didn't. So yeah, that was,
Yeah,
that was, yeah, that was interesting. That was fun.
that's pretty funny. Yeah, dude. I mean, I remember. I mean, for the most part, like I was trying to probably like you, like stay away from people with the phantoms and stuff. And so like, and of course, like you don't want to like shoot, like I mean, because with the phantom, you get your shot. I mean, yeah, there's a bunch of stuff. You can be smooth on the sticks. You can get your gimbal shot. Pan up at the same time. You can orbit and do all that stuff at the same time, and you can get the right shot. You're gonna go through the certain gap. and that's cool and stuff. But like, people don't want to see some stupid phantom shot like at this random park, like that makes no sense and stuff like that. Like an FPV, video is different because they're flipping around the trees, whatever. But like, you need to be at like an awesome spot. Like, I mean, that's what I thought for the phantom.
Right.
So like I used to try and go to like a bunch of crazy spots that I could and this and that. But,
Oh yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
Bandos, like cool buildings, whatever you could find, right? Yeah.
well, exactly.
All right. Well, cool. Well, I thank you for coming on. Do you have any more questions? You got anything else you want to add, or what do you think? Oh, I think Tony crashed on us again. All right. So anyway, so on that note, I think that was the last question I had for Tony. So thank you guys for tuning in. I apologize. I will talk to Bobby, and I will see if I can get Bobby back on here again, or maybe another guest. This was really, really fun. This was my first actual like interview with somebody. So I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I hope you just had fun. We had a good time today, just talking and everything like that. I really enjoyed that. We'll try and do something like this again. So thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you for watching my videos. I appreciate each and every one of you guys. You don't realize that without you guys, without the viewers, without the subscribers, without the people that I interact with on Facebook, without you guys, there would be no YouTube channel. There would be no anything. I would just be a normal, well, I am still a normal guy, but there wouldn't be any, YouTube channel or anything like that. So I'm really appreciative to each and every one of you guys. You really don't know, honestly, what it means to be there for me and support me and everything like that. And this year coming up in 2019 is going to be some big stuff. I'm getting ready to, in a couple months, I'm going to be heading to Kansas. So I'm going to be going to Kansas, and then after that, I am definitely going to the Multi-GPIO International Open. That's going to be in Muncie, Indiana. So I hope a whole bunch of you guys are there, and we get to hang out and fly some quads and stuff like that. And just with FPV, I have met so many cool people. I have been places that I would have never been. Like, I would have never thought to go to South Carolina to the Rotor Riot Rampage. And it's been an adventure. And I don't know. I'm just going to keep riding this until the end. I'm going to be the old guy and everything. Oh, Tony's back. Okay, there he is.
What up, guys? I want to say thank you for having me on here, and I appreciate you, Mike. And you have an awesome channel, and I'm jealous. And I hope you have a good day. What are you doing tomorrow, buddy? Are you going to be flying? Are you going to be whooping?
Tomorrow, I think we are going to just chill at home, probably. I don't think we have any plans. Probably going to rent a movie or something like that. So maybe whoop in the house or something like that. So we had plans on going to Johnny's house tonight, but with the weather and everything like that, I'm like, yeah, I'm not going anywhere. So
yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it's definitely awesome to stay in and be all cozy and stuff.
Oh yeah, heck yeah, exactly. And guys, make sure that you go to Tony's site for me. So Tony, tell them your YouTube channel.
It's youtube.com/C/FPV Prints. So if you go on YouTube and type in FPV Prints, PRINTS, or you could type in McFlight, MCFLIGHT. You will find me, and I do flying videos, I do some tiny whip videos, I do racing videos, and some vlog situations, and we just chillax, and it's an awesome channel, and yeah, check it out. I'm trying to upload every other day, but that's been lagging the past week because it's been snowing and freezing, but as soon as it gets better temperatures, as soon as it starts getting summer, I'll probably be going every day and doing some kind of content. So check in on that and subscribe if you want. I appreciate it.
All right, guys. So thank you so much to McFlight for coming on at the for Mafia, he has a question. So McFlight, answer Mafia's question. He wants to know what FPV prints is. So we let him know real quick.
All right, so FPV prints, you know, back in the day when not a lot of people, I mean, yeah, there was people doing FPV in Colorado, this and that, but no one really had a printer. So I got a printer and I was like, okay, I'm going to do like local prints for people, for drone people. And I called it FPV Prints. This is a little company. And I come to figure out that everyone that I met came to be my friend. And at that point, it was like, okay, this material is like 10 cents for this GoPro mount. So just take it and, you know, let's go fly sometime, or, you know, whatever. So it's not really a business. It's just a little homie hookup. And if you're local, if you're in Colorado and need some prints, hit me up. I'll print you whatever you want. Like I said, the material's cheap. And you know, and for you know, if you go on Thingiverse, there's a bunch of free designs on Thingiverse. And if you're not, even if you're not in Colorado, hit up one of your friends. There should be someone in the community with a 3D printer, and, you know, slide them a couple bucks, and they'll print you whatever you want. You know, it shouldn't be a huge deal. So check into that. But yeah, that's FPV Prints, and my channel was called FPV Prints, but I changed it to McFlight because that is my call sign, my FPV name. So yes, sir.
All right, so there you go. So there's the answer to the question. And he made me a print for my iFlight XL5. He made my GoPro mount for me, so I'm still rocking it. I still love that thing. So thank you guys again. So we're going to end the chat tonight. So thank you very much to Tony. I'll try and get a hold of Bobby and see if I can get him on next week, or we'll get somebody else on next week, and we'll do another chat, guys. So thank you so much for hanging out. Thanks for watching the channel. And as always, guys, let's keep those drones up in the air, flying high. I will see you guys in the next video. Thanks for hanging out. Have an awesome night, guys.
Later, guys. Bye-bye.